Fox News has agreed to write a huge check to Dominion Voting Systems to settle this case.
So Dominion had sued for $1.6 billion, and an attorney says, well, they're going to get just about half of that, $787.5 million.
Hey, time for another Rick Take. Today we're doing Dominion versus Fox News. Let's get at it. All right. Why Dominion's settlement with Fox News isn't a total miss. Sounds more like an op-ed, but hey. Good for you, MSDNC. Oh, I fucked that up right off the take. So, I'm just going to premise this with a question. Is it really a business decision for Dominion to settle out of court? Or is it more along the lines of not wanting their full business model exposed in open court? I will read now. All is not lost. Pre-trial proceedings successfully exposed Fox News' hypocrisy, recklessness, and prioritization of profits over truth. That's how all news organizations are now. It's not just Fox. It's also CNN and this one right here. They all prioritize profits. It's why they run fucking ads. All right. The Dominion Voting Systems versus Fox News settlement was a smart move for Dominion. By any standard, $787.5 million is a lot of money. Kinda, I guess, if, you know, Elon Musk is looking at that like, that's chump change. It is the largest publicly known defamation settlement involving a media company in the United States. Fox News has never come close to paying that amount before in any kind of litigation. Dominion said it had suffered greatly as a result of Fox broadcasting false claims that the voting technology company tried to rig the 2020 election against Donald Trump. The settlement may not have been for $1.6 billion, as Dominion initially sought, but it was Dominion's decision as a business to settle for just $787.5 million dues. Kidding. Dollars. And no one should make short shrift of this outcome just because so many Americans wanted to see this trial go all the way to a jury verdict, to see Fox suffer more accountability for its damaging conduct. Good God. This is all hyperbole. But the lawsuit wasn't brought by all Americans harmed by Fox News' lies and deceit. It was brought by Dominion in an attempt to right the wrongs that were specific to Dominion. In a David versus Goliath move, boy, that's a stretch, Dominion sued a media titan and, in part through exceptional lawyering, successfully exposed Fox News' hypocrisy and recklessness in prioritization of profits over truth. Couldn't be written more hyperbolic-like, could it? As a part of the settlement, Fox issued a statement specifically stating, "We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false." Many are disappointed that the settlement terms apparently didn't require Fox to admit full liability or issue an on-air correction. After all, Dominion's legal team declared Tuesday that truth matters and called the settlement a ringing endorsement for truth and for democracy. Good on Fox for not issuing a full apology or for retracting anything. Good on them. That's also a Rick Take. You heard it here. But one cannot fault Dominion for ultimately making what was a business decision to achieve finality in this high-stakes litigation. These kinds of cases are complex and costly and could potentially take years to conclude. Assuming Dominion had convinced the jury of 12 to return a unanimous verdict in its favor. Fox would have appealed, which they should, that verdict of liability and the presumptively massive award of damages, thereby setting the table for years of protracted litigation between the parties as the case wound its way first through the appellate court system and then ultimately, perhaps, to the Supreme Court, as Fox had promised to do, which I would have implored them to do as well. That kind of litigation can be financially unsustainable for some parties, and most cannot afford to litigate on principle. It wasn't a cost-benefit analysis for just Dominion. Fox also had to undergo a gut check about what was at stake if it didn't settle. Let's put the finance shit to the side for a second. And it comes up to this. I'll read it first. Fox was able to avoid putting on the witness stand its own Logan Roy and 92-year-old Rupert Murdoch, Fox Corp's chairman, as well as avoiding seeing marquee name network hosts like Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Maria Bartiromo, crucified on cross-examination. Back to that point of not just a cost-benefit analysis. For Fox, it boils down to not putting Rupert Murdoch on the stand. For Dominion, it comes without having to put their CEO on the stand. So, here's my hot take, and I wrote this out. And I'll hold it in front of me so I'm staring at the camera. I think they reached settlement to keep their reputation intact. This is in regards to Dominion. Perjury and other malicious behavior while under a legal microscope would seal their metaphorical coffin. That's my initial hot take. And that may change as the weeks go on, but just like Fox, I'm not going to retract what I said. I said it now, I'll probably say it in the future, and I'm going to make a hell of a lot of mistakes. That's the joy of doing opinion pieces. But I hold no quarter, and I don't apologize for an opinion. It's a fucking opinion. You don't like it? Well, turn me off. There were also all of those highly redacted documents that were at risk of no longer retaining their redacted status once they were introduced into evidence during the course of the trial. Now, they're swinging this more towards Fox having a bunch of redacted documents, but I bet you Dominion had a few redacted documents that they didn't want to see the light of day. Light, sunlight, or any form of light is the best form of disinfectant. The ultimate cost-benefit analysis for Fox in settling was the ability to control the price tag of buying peace. It cost them $787.5 million versus the $1.6 billion, plus the possibility of punitive damages. But did Fox truly get off cheap, as some have argued? Keep in mind the bigger picture of what Dominion was able to accomplish for America as it pursued its case, and here we go with a bunch of biggity bullshit. 1. The overwhelming amount of damning evidence in the form of texts, internal chats, emails, and other communications by and between Fox bigwigs that were produced in discovery, providing crystal clear, in the words of the judge, proof of the lies disseminated by Fox. 2. Compelling and incredible sworn deposition testimony from Fox executives like Murdoch and Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott, showing how the company's bottom line was more important than the truth. That's an opinion. 3. The provision of a roadmap for other major cases like the one being brought by Smartmatic, another voting technology company, as well as former Fox News producer Abby Grossberg and at least one Fox shareholder. After the settlement between Dominion and Fox was announced, an attorney representing Smartmatic said in a statement, Dominion's litigation exposed some of the misconduct and damage caused by Fox's disinformation campaign. Smartmatic will expose the rest. Smartmatic remains committed to clearing its name, recouping the significant damage done to the company, and holding Fox accountable for undermining democracy. The problem is we don't live in a democracy. This shouldn't be a Rick take. This should just be a general knowledge, but the United States of America is a constitutional republic. It is entirely possible Dominion walked so others could run. Ugh. Well, today was a short one. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, give it a like, hit the bell if you do subscribe, and if you didn't, well, hate watch it, hate share it, and give me a thumbs down. I don't care. Nobody can see it anyways. And with that, peace out. And now for a shameless plug.